My name is Krasnow. I make interlocking puzzles and secret opening boxes for a living. This here is an interlocking puzzle which I call the barcode bird. The reason it's barcode is because barcodes are binary patterns that computers can read, and this kind of looks like a barcode, but also it's barcode because the piece movements of these pieces here is a binary pattern. So to kind of demonstrate why this thing is binary, I'm going to count out. So here we go. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 4. 6 is out. That's 64 moves to get the first piece out of the puzzle, but that's only partially there. I got another 32 to get the next piece out. Here's a neat thing about this puzzle, is even though those notches and pins in there make each piece unique, the shape of each piece is all the same. So that makes it a really special thing, because this is a space-filling solid right here. That shape will fill space without any gaps. Who knew? This is a secret opening box. I call it a clutch box. You'll see why it's a clutch box in a minute, but anyhow, the first move, it's really kind of clever. This chip right here in the inlay is secret. It rocks up. Same with that one. And then on the other side too, that one and that one. And when they do that, then you can raise up this top here, and then this panel with that crazy pattern on it moves around here. And there's this little, probably can't hear it, but there's a little ball bearing in here which is rolling around. I have to roll the ball bearing into the proper spot to engage the lock and open the box. Now, I'm gonna go over what I just did again. The lid here has the ball bearing in it, and this is the lock. If that moves over, then the box opens up. But in order to move that, I have to get the ball bearing engaged. If I drop the ball, then I can't do it. So that's a clutch box, because the ball is the clutch to get the lock open.
What drew you to secret puzzle boxes and puzzles? How did you stumble upon this? What ignited your passion?
I saw an old movie called The Village of the Damned, which had a scene with an old Japanese puzzle box in it, which was just a plot element. It wasn't, I mean, the movie wasn't about the box, but I saw this kid moving the panel of this box, and I was 12 years old, and I thought to myself, man, that's cool. I wonder how that works. And so I hit rewind and I watched it again. And I was like, wow, I got a piece of paper, and I started trying to figure out how the thing was built. And I came up with this box design on my own, and I took it to my middle school woodshop teacher, and I said, Mr. Rayner, I want to make this thing. And he said, I don't think you can make that, Lee. And I said, well, let me try. And he let me try, and I made it. And it was kind of crap. It didn't come out very well, but yeah, it just started my passion. And years later, here I am, world famous puzzle maker. Everything that I make is all cut on this table saw, which surprises people to no end that I make such tiny little things on such a big saw. So this here is a triangular stick segment that I want to make. It's going to be cut in the saw like that. That's where it would be when it's being cut. And so I have this unit here which locks into place, and it sets the offset for that. I'm not actually going to run the saw, so the block is already cut. And then this would be, imagine it was a solid stick, but I'm going to leave space for the blade to go through. And so that's how I make the cut, and then I come through here, make the saw cut, come out, grab my part.
I like these little, these things. These are little lockdowns, aren't they?
Yeah, they're called toggle clamps. And I kind of hacked mine where I didn't want them to damage the wood that they're clamping down, so I just took little chunks of rubber and these little wire things and just made it work. That's what I do. And it's the adjustable height. They're really handy. I have boxes and boxes and boxes of them. I use them all the time. I try to keep my fingers, all of them intact, which is a pertinent issue when you're a puzzle maker. So these are like my little disposable fingers. This is 5 intersecting tetrahedral frames. And there's a right and left-handed version. This one, I don't know which one it is. But anyhow, I call it the Merkaba is the name of the puzzle, which is a meditation that a friend of mine used to do, which involved imagining tetrahedrons surrounding you. And I thought, well, that's appropriate. It's 30 identical pieces, and you can disassemble. I'll just do one little joint here. That's how they work, is the pieces all move together at the same time in what's called coordinate motion. And so it's not actually difficult to assemble one tetrahedron, but to make the whole puzzle, to weave them, is a real challenge. That's why it's a puzzle. I've probably made and sold 60 or 70 of these things over the years, and I don't think a single person who bought one took it apart after they got it together. I think the best advice I could give anybody, young or old, novice, woodworker, or professional, in terms of making puzzles, is mathematically figure out where your error is going to come from and how you can measure for it. Because there's always error. You never have your saw set up perfectly. So you're going to be flawed in some manner or other. You want to at least plan for it. That's the best advice I can give anyway. Oh, go to my website, www.pacificpuzzleworks.com.
If you're into making cool puzzles that interlock and do all these cool things, you've got to go check out his website. It's totally cool. And I really like all the stuff he makes, and the way he makes it's really innovative with the saw and the disposable fingers. That's really awesome. Okay, Bree Pettis here at the Maker Faire. What do you make? Hey, I've got a secret. If you haven't subscribed to Make Magazine yet, I've got a special bonus for you, just for podcast watchers. What you do is you go to makezine.com, click on the subscribe now button, and if you put in the promotional code CMAKE, C like the letter, and then make like the word, you can save $5 on your subscription to Make Magazine. This is just for podcast watchers. So go over, put in your promotional code, and save some money on the coolest magazine in the entire universe. All right.